Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, new reading. And let's just get into it and let's see what the message for today is. I feel like I want to start off with tarot. Just gonna see if I can get these. And let's see what comes out. For this collective. Something to do with music, I feel like could be significant, but because I feel like called to say this. Right before I sat down, I was listening to an artist on Spotify. Her name is Joy plus Soul. Maybe you know her, maybe you don't, but she makes this, in my opinion, amazing, very spiritual music, and the way she can preach within a song, it's like, for me, it takes me and my soul to new heights. Like, I love her. I think she's a goddess. If you don't know her, go listen to her. Like, it's not like an ad or anything. It's just, it came to mind that maybe for this collective, it's to link you to this reading, like you have been listening to her, or you need to, because it would like lift your spirit, maybe help you gain understanding about certain things. She also has like this amazing song. And actually, okay, we're going to deviate already, but she has this amazing song where it's about how you call your power back to you if you feel like someone is like interfering within your energy, right? Or you feel like a lot of energy is trying to come into your space. Put that song on and go to a mirror and look yourself in the mirror, like lock eyes with yourself, and you will quickly learn like the words within the mantra song. She doesn't really sing it, it's more like spoken words but with music, right? That's powerful. Like, again, that kind of speaks volume to your soul. So if you haven't done that, go do it. And if you do, then maybe it's to link you to this reading, because we do not know what the reading is about yet, but let's see. Let's see what comes out for this beautiful collective. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. And that's not, I kind of don't know this card. It's more, should we just put it in reverse? Like, it kind of fits in. So let's just do that. I know it didn't quite come out that way, but it's more like, let's be real. So let's just help the divine out and put it in reverse. I feel like, again, it ties in very well to the message we have here. So there's something to do when it comes to this collective of moving on to calmer waters, like leaving something behind because you want to get to a more soft place, with maybe within yourself, but also to do with a situation. It could be tied to like finances, like pentacles in general. It's tied to, in some way, shape, or form, what we would consider as wealth. And within our reality, that is often with the coins, right? They hold quite the amount of value to us. But you want to move forward. You want to leave something behind to go to a new place, a more calm place. And it kind of depends on how you read the card, I feel like, because you could be the one in charge of this. You could also feel like it's more someone that is putting you within the boat in a good way to guide you to that place. In that way, take what you feel fits. but it could indicate that you are letting someone guide you in this moment of time. It could also indicate that you are the one in this control, taking that initiative, and you're kind of putting that like he's a male, right? So you're taking maybe more of the masculine initiative within yourself, like that energy, embodying that when it comes to this situation, putting that female energy into the boat and kind of like letting that masculine energy guide you towards the calmer waters. And you can kind of see like the waves here. And that's the ones we're trying to navigate through, right? To get to the land on the other side. And as you may be able to tell, there are some waves along the way. So it's kind of like stirring that boat to go around the waves, right? Like that's the goal, to get to a calmer place. And you have all of the swords with you that you need, right? You're taking them with you. It could be tied to, again, just brushing upon what I was just listening to. Feel like it could tie into this reading. Again, there's a reason for everything. It could be doing, like swords can very well be like communication. And it doesn't mean that there has been some sort of communication, but you could like brush upon how do you communicate? Like working with your throat chakra, kind of being like very clear about what it is that you want and how you speak in general, right? I feel like for the right collective, this would make sense. It could be like this lack mindset, like leaving that behind is in reverse. And I really like that for this collective. You could be finding yourself more again coming into that with the Five of Swords, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of, sorry. I get those mixed up. I'm very bad with numbers. I'm just going to be honest. 6 of Swords, leaving that 6 of Swords behind, right? And coming into like leaving this lack mindset within yourself behind as well. We have the Hierophant up, right? So you would be very spiritual connected. And again, like embodying that male masculine energy within yourself. You could be seeing like a lot to do with like black and white, like kind of balancing out like that yin and yang within yourself. That could be coming up quite a lot within your reality. You would see a lot of black and white colors or like be drawn to them, right? The Hierophant also talks about this very traditional way of like life, of practice, of being that guide, like he's sitting there within his temple, right? There could be something here with keys. Maybe you are finding keys, or you have been like if you go to like thrift shops, I feel like that's what you call it, right? Like thrift shops, tower. You could have been like finding keys along the way. And that could be like an indication for that you are ready in some way to receive a key for the divine, to like unlock into a higher power, something new within you. That's very beautiful energy. Let's just see. Okay. Oh, okay, that's quite a lot, but I'm not going to take all of these. But 7 of Cups. It could very much be tying into leaving something behind that could have been causing you to feel like confused. You not kind of knowing which cup to take notice of, like it's like there's too much. So instead of focusing your energy on all of that, it's like, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there. And we talked a bit about this, like with the 6 of Swords, right? Like you coming into maybe an empowerment. I don't know why I feel like that, but it ties into the music I was listening to till I sat down here. Coming into that sense of like not being afraid to speak your truth, but doing it in a very like profound, calm manner. It's like you don't feel the need to like raise your voice, and that could be something emotional you then, with all of the cups that is emotions, trying to leave behind and say, well, if that puts confusion into my soul, if that makes me foggy or too overwhelmed, then I'm leaving those behind, right? Let's just see, like 7 of Cups. Yeah, a crossroad. So again, don't make it fit. There's something here that you felt like, in a way, blinded to, but you're choosing to step into. Like one of the ways it's kind of leading you, like she's sitting there with her 2 of Swords. She's at a crossroad, right? But she also is blinded to the reality. Like she doesn't feel like she can see, but the reality being she can. Like she can just put her swords down, take up the blindfold, and she will be able to like see a new day. There's nothing hindering her. I was about to say he, and there's a reason for it. Her in seeing the truth of the day. And you could have been coming into that realization, having to do with something like with your emotions and communicating something. I feel like, again, with like the empowerment of your throat chakra, I feel like there's something there. If you are stepping into something new within yourself, like, and you want to move on to calmer waters, it's like it's not concerning you in a way. So again, don't make it fit. It could have been very burdened for you, like Paul, again with the fogginess, not seeing clearly, feeling like, well, I need to choose something here, like, but I don't know where to go. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon. The Moon talks about like kind of different things. It depends on what it's kind of linked to, at least in my opinion. Like the Moon is a lot about like female power, female intuition. It also talks about maybe not quite being aware of that intuitive thoughts that you're getting. They are there, but it's like you're not quite either ready to see them or you don't want to see them. It can also indicate that something is hidden. Like, again, there's something here that you are not in this moment of time seeing clearly, right? With the 5 of Pentacles, it could have been you coming into that understanding within yourself. Like maybe prior you felt like there was something here you didn't see when it came to your victim mentality, and you're finding yourself shifting throughout that. You're kind of becoming aware, well, why am I making myself a victim when it comes to this, right? And again, leaving that behind, not wanting to feel, yeah, oh, wow, okay, that's powerful. 10 of Swords, the Sun, like that's the complete opposite, right? Within a scale. So something here that you definitely felt defeated by, like 10 swords in your back, and it's painful. It's like the most painful card in the deck, and then to the most happy card in the deck. I'm not saying this to like upset this collective, but that may be a bit, what do you call that when you have like that, it's just like very, you know, do you know what I mean? From like feeling all the way into the bottom. Now you can't get any lower, like he ain't alive, to being like this, like you've never been happy in your entire life. That's a bit extreme. I do not, the word for what you will call that, it's like it's gone. But that feels a bit wild to me, like that just not justice. Okay. Well, justice being here, right? That means like the divine is in control of this. Like something is being balanced out within this. And that would be quite the balance. Like again, 10 of Swords to the Sun. That is something. Feeling totally, utterly defeated to being like the happiest you have ever been vibes. That is wild. And then having the justice over it, balancing out that scale. You would be seeing, like, if you're in a period of justice, right? You would be seeing a lot of 69 balancing out that scale, right? It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with like the court order and law. I feel like for this collective, it seems like it's more within you as a person, like what you have gone through. That justice being now like taking under consideration by the divine, balancing out this hurt up against like the happiness. But I want a bit more when it comes to that, like justice. Yeah, something very positive coming towards you. Like 8 of Wands, a lot of positive, beautiful energy coming towards you. And you could have been waiting a long time for it. It could have been like a very stagnant, stuck situation. Because there was something here with like that victim mentality that needed to shift before those like sort of moves could be made, like you coming into the realization that nothing is happening to you, it's happening for you, it's all for your growth, to come into that power to make you see like what is it they're trying to transform you to. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And if you have been feeling like a victim to your own reality for quite a time, it would have been felt like, what am I not seeing? Like very foggy, very stagnant. And you could have been feeling for a long time that it was like your intuition would be telling you this, but you didn't quite pay the right attention to it. Like it just felt like you couldn't see what was there right under your nose. But now coming into the shift of it, wanting to travel towards calmer water, leaving that victim mentality behind. Justice is now taking place when it comes to this. You could also have been like in the mind frame of saying like out loud, I'm leaving it up to you guys. Like, you take over. Whatever it's meant to happen will happen, and kind of like, again, handing it over to whoever you connect to, pray to up there. What about this 8 of Wands? All of that positivity. It's justice over something here that that's like a bit of an not the nicest energy. What confuses me is like 8 of Wands, that's a lot of positive energy, right? But then we have the 7 of Swords. He's often like misinterpreted, like he's like, I know he's sneaking off, he's stealing, he's like the crack of dawn, kind of, you know, getting away with something that is not right. Then we have the Death card and we have the Ace of Wands. That could have been, again, like a mindset that needed to die, like, and that often ties into a lot of ego. I don't know why, but I'm kind of hearing that saying with like the early bird, like wanting to get there first, you know. he can very much be that, like, again, the crack of dawn, trying to like sneak away with all of these things. Not that you have been sneaky, but maybe a situation tied to you was, and there needed to be like an ending here to come into this new beginning, or you seeing that there's a lot of new beautiful things on its way with a lot of passion. Like, that's a passionate new beginning, right? The Hierophant. Six of, wow, okay. The Hierophant, the Six of Pentacles. Like, giving back again with the balance. There's something here taking place when it comes to balancing out. Like, I have a high ring in my ear. The Four of Wands, yes, it could talk about union, marriage, and so can he. So in that way, like, it could be tying into something having to do with, like, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to love, when it comes to union. But if we take it back to you as an individual, not like something connected to you, the Hierophant is very traditional, right? And he is very grounded. He's very connected. Like, he's the counterpart to what's her face? Like the high priestess. Sometimes my mind is like up here. Anyways, that could also be talking about like a lot of stability coming into you, like working on that permanency, like creating a very stable, secure foundation around you for yourself, focusing on that, wanting to balancing out that scale, right? But I am a bit curious when it comes to this situation, and I want to get a bit more into it to see if this has to do with something connected to you, or this is like only you as a collective. So is there someone connected to this collective? No. One more. Oh, no. Okay. So like that Seven of Swords with that situation, it could have been something to do here with some kind of like third party interference, some kind of temptation, right? Because he does embody that. Yes, it could have been doing with like flirting and dating, but I feel like it's kind of more of something within the background, again, like tied into that moon, not really seeing it, like something being hidden when it comes to that. If we take it back to the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, I feel like the deviation we did about like the union, all of that, yes, it could be in the forefront of your mind, but it could also indicate like what it is that you want, because we have the girl talk here. So you could very much in this moment of time be finding yourself just happily single, like living in the moment, and therefore coming into the realizations within yourself. Well, what is it that I want when it comes to this, right? And knowing, or at least coming in again to the realization of this needing time, like the clock, things are gonna take time. Like there could be cycles. It could also be like this time to heal. If we take it back to the Six of Swords, you knowing there is like a time to heal. There are cycles here, and I need to navigate through that. That water right here, right now, I need to navigate through that to get to that calmer place within myself. But again, we will get more into it. It's seduction, camera, and I have one more for that. Seduction, camera, lightning. Okay. So this could be something that isn't quite there yet, but it's kind of like, I gotta stop saying like all the time. I'm starting to hear myself say it all the time. I'm sorry. I don't even think about it. But I rewatched my video from yesterday. I was like, I say that sentence like all day, every day. I need to stop doing that. But coming back to this, it could be something that is coming to you in this moment of time. And this is kind of like not to warn you, but to make you aware of it. If you are finding yourself coming out of a mindset that has not been serving you, and the person linked to that kind of caused you, so to speak, to come into that mindset within yourself, could be enlightening here. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, something, transformation. What is the lightning? What is the lightning? What is the lightning? Don't make it fit like a love call. So this is movement. There's something here. And the deviations I did about you feeling that something was kind of hidden. That 8 of Wands, that is coming for you, but remember, you have justice here. That 10 of Swords to the Sun, that's major. And to me, that seems a bit like, again with the scale, emotionally, to me, that would be something I will reflect upon. That seems wild. If you are able to go from feeling totally defeated, like you're not breathing, to being like the happiest you have ever been. I'm not saying it took you, but that's, I feel like there are stepping stones within that scale. And that is not really there. And I'm just gonna be honest, that in an odd way, it just concerns me. Like, I think like we will get into it. There's just something there, my angel. I'm gonna be honest. That would be something I personally would reflect upon. If you're finding yourself going from one extreme to another. Anyways, the wedding rings, Cupid's arrow. Wow. And stepped in again, like, but have faith, love is coming, surprise. Well, yeah, you have a lightning here, so something is coming in when it comes to that. But then we have the stabbed in the back. So that person that has been causing you coming into your initially, I know you're shifting out of it. I'm sorry, confirmation burp. 5 of Pentacles. Feeling you are a victim in some way, shape, or form. It could be tied to finances, but it feels like I said, emotion, like again with your throat chakra. And it could be a lesson here for you to learn that you need to speak your truth, right? Because what you have been through, like stabbed in the back, there has been some kind of a seduction here, and I don't think it's towards you. I think like that's the background, and you have been questioning yourself, and like not listening to your intuition when it comes to that situation. You know, but it's like you do not want to be aware of it. It's like you give yourself, that person, way too much of a grace in a way. Like if they have been Seven of Swords, like sneaking around, and I get like the deviation I did with like the early bird, and it could be tied to that. But then again, in the background, stabbed in the back, mirror, talking. So you as well right now, collective, the runner. You could be feeling like, well, again, we know it, there is communication coming. It's like it's being confirmed, but you could be feeling like that energy of you checking your phone more frequently. Like you kind of feel, I don't think you have the need to reach out to this person, but like the thought of it would trickle in. I think you then push it away, you're focusing on yourself. But it's to let you know that in this moment of time, that person that wants to communicate with the lightning, they are hovering. And they would be reminiscing quite a lot. That stabbed in the back, what I feel is that this person is starting to see that what they did, right? Which it's a good thing. The question being, are that person ready to take accountability for their actions when it comes to this situation, right? Girl talk. Ascending, that's beautiful. And kisses. I don't think it has to do with, again, like you necessarily giving all of that loving energy when it comes to another person. Yes, there is like a mind frame here with having faith that love is coming, right? But I think you are more in the state of giving that unconditional love to yourself, moving on to calmer waters, creating that stability within yourself, trusting in your hierophant, in your power, knowing what it is that you want, creating that stability, right? You could have been feeling very much like you're going through, like, again, this transformation within yourself, and it would make sense, like you are removing something, you're moving to calmer waters. That's, you have put yourself, like I said in the beginning, and you're letting yourself, what I feel, being guided by your masculine energy in this moment of time, to like step into the boat and say, no, we're going there. Like all of this confusion, I'm leaving that. It does not serve me. I do not want it. And being very clear with yourself, again, with your throat chakra, I feel like it's very significant for this collective. What about the clock? Healing heart, yeah. So this has been taking time. Again, don't make it fit. Like you have been on this journey for a minute to heal your heart, heal from heartbreak and freedom from toxicity. And that Seven of Cups can indicate that, like, again, with the fogginess, just being overwhelmed by emotions. But you're finding yourself moving away from that, right? And with the butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing inner child growth. I kind of want to see, can we get an indication about this person connected to them, if they have done some kind of a healing here? I'm like, a Grim Reaper, a dragonfly. The Grim Reaper talks about something being over, no second chances, growth and transformation. Then the dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding things out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Can I have one more for the Grim Reaper? Axe. So again, don't make this fit. Like this person, there has been silent treatment, there has been abandonment, and again with like the stab in the back, this was painful. Again, you were defeated. 10 swords in your, and that's what I mean. It's kind of like that. If that person comes in, right, and you have been in that feeling 10 of swords, that's painful. That person making one call, coming in from out of nowhere, like Grim Reaper, left you on red, silent treatment, coming in and maybe speaking big words. Again, I will have it confirmed. But if that makes you go from that to the sun, I'm just like, don't ignore the red flags. Like, I keep hearing that. I keep having that within me, that I would be very, very, what do you say, like wary of that. But let's see if we can have something confirmed here. So Spirit, what can we confirm when it comes to this? Like, we have communication coming for this collective about that situation. Someone else, that was the first card with the other deck. Like, there is something here within the background. Someone is in the middle trying to sabotage this, right? That person ain't gone. And we had that with the 7 of Swords, the moon, 10 of Swords, the sun. Oh. Intuition. And I said that the red flags you ignore now will come to bite you back later, or come back to bite you later. There's something here, collective, and you're choosing not to see it, but your intuition is telling you there is something sneaky going on. There's something here that ain't right. And I keep having that, like, 10, that's painful. To the sun. Where are the stepping stones in between? Like, you can't go from this to that. Just be so very careful. I feel like move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. Like again with the Grim Reaper, date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. And we know there is communication on this rate, right? Like someone else in the middle, distance, commitment. Pets, intimacy. Is this person like connected to someone else? I keep seeing like the sneaky air signs, love spell. No, maybe not. But it has to do with like that someone else in the middle trying to sabotage this, right? There's distance. Things are about to get serious. Love spell, intimacy, air sign, pets. Like if that person is again like, and I'm not saying this to trigger this collective, but I feel like your intuition is telling you this. Like they could be involved with someone else in this moment of time. Intuition, patience, cycles. There's something here that you need to play out. Again, like with the move on, the Grim Reaper, it's been like confirmed. There's something here that you need to close the door on it. And that could be why you're finding yourself very much coming into that strength when it comes to your throat chakra, because you need to step up for yourself. You need to say enough is enough. And again, don't make it, we have intimacy here. It's something to do with another person. And move on. Communicate. Confession. Wow. Okay. So they could be coming in to communicate about this someone else in the middle. I'm gonna be honest, due to the tarot, I'm a bit on the defense with it. I must be honest. It didn't seem like there was like that truth, but I know we had like the 8 of Wands. That's a bunch of positive communication coming towards you. But I'm a bit on the defense when it comes to this person, like not someone else, whoever that person may be. I think it's tied into them being, are they committed to someone else? Maybe not in that way, but definitely some kind of flirting, temptation, like intimacy. There's something there. It has been confirmed in 2 decks now. So again, don't make it fit. Your intuition has been trying to tell you it, but it's like I said, in that part, whatever it may be, like the first part or whatever, it's like you're choosing not to see that person in that lens, like you're refusing. You don't think that person would ever move like that. And what I'm feeling is that Spirit has shown you this. But again, those red flags, don't ignore them. But confession with communication, I guess it's nice. Like that means open, honest communication, but like, as I just said, when it comes to you, I think you must be, or you have to be very clear and closing that door on whatever this is to protect you, that sanctuary you're building from within, leaving that confusion behind. If you and this person, we haven't had any of that. I'm just saying, like, we didn't have like the soulmate or the twin flame, any of that. So I'm just saying this, if you believe that you and this person is meant to be together in some way, shape, or form, this is not gonna mess anything up. It's about standing strongly within yourself. And this, it seems messy. And there are cycles here, right? Definitely, they would need to confess. Like this could have been going on very much within the background when you were initially together. But again, it's still there. The energy is still there. It's very much present, which means it's a cycle that hasn't been shifted out, right? Let that cycle play out. Let your voice speak. Close that door. Your intuition is telling you this, like, don't entertain it. It's not for me. And if you are coming in or are in that hierophant, focusing on your Four of Wands, building that community, being that stable, making that stability for yourself, would you even bother entertaining this? I'm gonna be honest, there's something here, like, I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. Date night, they're still figuring themselves out. Give it time. Again, it's being confirmed. It ain't the right time. Like, close that door. Stand so strongly within yourself. No, it's not the right time. You see? It's just something here. A cycle needs to play out. If that person still has, and I feel like, because it's still here, the energy of it is very much present within this moment of time. That person could be committed to something else, like with the love spell, with the intimacy, third party interference. If they come in, confession, communicate, I mean, like, not like, I'm sorry, I'm really trying to have it in the forefront of my mind. Don't say that. If that person comes in communicating, confessing something, that's nice. Not saying it's not nice. However, it does not mean that you have to entertain this. The situation with that person is still there, causing problems. Let it play out. Let that person deal with that. Move on. Close that door. It's not for you in this moment of time. It's not for you. Oh, where do we go, my angels, when it comes to this? When it comes to that situation, right here, right now. Lightning, well, that has been confirmed. Okay, what we're gonna ask Spirit, what's the advice? Like, again, again, what I feel, it has been confirmed. Like, it ain't time. It ain't time. But still, what's the advice for this collective coming to that situation where there's communication? What's the advice? Transformative. Now, what does it say? Transformational. Through learning, shift your perspective and evolve beyond limits. Okay. Heal unresolved conflict with kindness, not anger. With care and concern, approach gently, nurturing with soft, kind gesture. Okay. Fluttering heart, your passion leads you to the love you desire. Bound by demand, shift by... No, what does it say? Something by expectation. It's time to redefine limits and reclaim freedom. I do not know if I agree, like, with this. It's not, I guess, like, it's not about being like hard with the way you choose to speak up for yourself. We talk a lot about your body's emotions are your compass. You are coming in to strength with your throat chakra, right? Being firm, putting up boundaries. That does not have to be said in a harsh, speaking down to anyone kind of manner. Do you get what I'm saying? Be firm, be real, be open, be honest. Stand strong. Does it make sense? I guess that's kind of the soft, kind gesture they're talking about. I just want to be very honest. I do not think that you need to be putting that shackles on yourself when it comes to being like too soft. What I am seeing, you need to be more firm. I feel like it has been a problem for you prior to really stand strongly within yourself when it comes to this person. And I would not be going on a date with them. I would say, like, look what you've been dragging me through. I'm finally coming out of that storm that I have been finding myself in. I am not interested in going 10 steps back. And if your body is telling you to not say anything, don't. Again, return the favor. You have been left like that in the past, right? This person, they did abandon you, right? They did leave you in silent treatment. They left you to deal by yourself with those 10 swords in your back. They didn't show you kindness. They didn't show you compassion. They were not ready to stand up or be open and honest with you, to tell you what really went on. They were more concerned about themselves, their ego, their feelings, than what they did to you. That's the reality of it. Can your person change that? Of course, if it's meant to be. The good thing being here, I don't think this collective is like fixed on the label of either twin flame and soulmate. That's good. Don't be blinded by that. Don't excuse their behavior, because that person is that. Okay? That behavior is not okay. You do not treat anyone like that. No, know that no is a full sentence. I want one more for that. It has something to do with you being more playful. I do not think that it has to do in any way, shape, or form when it comes to this person, but you in general in life have more of a childish spirit. In that girl time, come into that. Feel that freedom that you have within yourself. Come into harmony, unity, and flow with yourself. And don't let that person make your heart go cold. What you have experienced when it comes to that, it's not nice. I think that the communication and confessing you have will hopefully do something good when it comes to this situation. It would make you understand that moving on from this is the right decision in this moment of time, and you do not need to entertain this. So if we say, so what do we say? What do we say, my angels? I'm gonna be honest right here, right now. I feel like just stopping the reading. I do. There's just an energy here that feels, not nice. And I kind of feel myself getting a bit sad, almost to the point of crying. Do we do more? Do we do more? Just to give you a bit of strength, right? We are gonna give you some messages from the divine. And then we're gonna close off the reading. So what message do you have for the collective? Okay. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. Perhaps you are reminded all too often, just how quickly the phases in your life can shift. One change after the other, you are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Focus your mindset on what you can control instead of what you can't. The world is your oyster. Elevate your thoughts, your patterns, so that you can attract abundance into your life. You are what you believe. Just one more. You are not moving too slowly. Drop the self-indulgent pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goals. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, and carry on. I think you as a collective need to say these things to yourself, and especially this, I feel like that speaks volumes. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. I feel like that's a mantra you need to repeat to yourself on a daily basis, especially when this person reaches out. Stand so strongly within yourself, collective. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. We again are gonna end the reading here because and I have my little, and I didn't even know it before starting, but I have like a crystal here. I put it here intentionally, not knowing quite why, but I just knew it had to go there. And inside of it, I have my little hamster hand to protect me. Again, there's a reason for everything. You're not even aware of it, but they are, a higher self are aware, but we are not. Have power, collective, have strength, and know your value. You're coming into something beautiful within yourself. So don't let this situation or person take you 10 steps back. Stand firmly. Know your worth and your value. Thank you for tapping in and tuning in and listening. And I will be seeing you another day, another time, in another reading. Bye, my angels. Bye.